Hey, people, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the one you've been waiting for. This is the one you have been waiting for. We are live. If you are watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, we are live. Drop a message in the chat.
We are live.
Drop a message in the chat. LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are, just drop a message. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know you can hear us okay. And yeah, show us some love. Make sure that you can hear us and make sure everything is working well so we can bring this content to you. So yeah, in the meantime, while we're waiting for some feedback from the audience, we're just going to play a quick video from the 100K for Ghana team. Who's joined me, who've been kind enough to join me this evening. If you're watching from the UK, and we're going to be back after this short commercial, and we will kick off the Q&A session. Other than that, just let us know if you can hear us okay, and if everything's going fine. We'll be right back after this short break.
Hi, we are 100K for Ghana. We are an impact funding initiative organisation with the primary purpose to implement livable wage jobs for average Ghanaians. This will make our people self-sufficient and give them better access to education, healthcare, and improvement in standards of living. Social enterprises across agribusiness, textiles, and food processing are some of the areas we aim to focus on. Scaling up these projects will help support the growth and sustainability of our industrial sector. Building a nation that harnesses the wealth in Ghana will require a collective effort to ensure all sectors are well resourced with a Ghanaian workforce, so that we can provide livable wages for the 99% of our people.
So imagine seeing the wealth of our country translated into our industrial sector, like expansion of multiple social enterprises and factories that present numerous job opportunities. Job opportunities that pay livable wages to our talented workforce in order for them to be able to provide for their families and communities. Each region with multiple sustainable organizations that are thriving and supporting our people.
We want 100,000 Ghanaians worldwide to donate to 100K for Ghana. This will help support growing our industrial sector.
People, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in business. Drop a message in the chat if you can hear us, if you can see us, and if you can smell us, whatever. Maybe that's a bit too much. Yes, people, this is the Sound of Accra Live. This is our first live event of 2022. We haven't done a live one since our season 2 finale with Kevin Brewerton, Hollywood actor, 5 times kickboxing champion. That was well back in 2021, around the March, April time. But we're back again. This is the first of a new live Q&A series that we've started in the Sound of Accra. And we're glad that you can join us. If you're watching, wherever you're watching from, US, UK, Ghana, wherever in the world, drop a message in the chat. Let us know that you're watching. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching the stream from. I've got a hello from Rahel. Rahel says hello. Hello back to you, Rahel. Please drop any comments that you have, any questions that you can have today for 100K for Ghana. Please get your questions in the chat for 100K for Ghana. Okay, please get your questions in the chat for the 100K for Ghana team. Okay, and we will answer them during the session and a bit later on the session today as well. Please get them in, and we'll look forward to answering those questions for you as well. Okay, cool. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So what we're going to do is so those of you that haven't seen the season 3 episode, the interview that I did with Enoch and Samuel, the presidents and the the presidents and the finance directors of 100K for Ghana, please head over to our YouTube channel and see that, or you can head over to the soundofaccra.com/100K for Ghana, and you will be able to catch that interview and all of the show notes from the episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to reintroduce, or for those that haven't watched the episode and don't know about 100K for Ghana, we're going to introduce Enoch and Samuel. They're going to tell you a little bit more about themselves. And of course, they're going to explain the 100K for Ghana initiative. And then we're going to find out what they're getting up to. And then we're going to go into the official Q&A session. If you guys have any questions at any point, please drop them in the chat. And when the time is right, we will get into those questions. Enoch, Samuel, thank you for joining us live today on the Sound of Accra. How are you guys feeling?
Pleasure.
Excellent.
Adrian, thanks for having us. Samuel, how are you feeling?
Good afternoon from Canada, from Toronto. So,
Way. We have our lights on. You got natural light on, huh?
Yeah.
It's good to catch
No
up
problem.
again.
No problem. Absolutely.
Greetings to everyone that's in Nigeria, Lagos right now, where I am currently at. Yeah. I'm in Lekki at the moment. I came to part holiday and partly to see my friend get married that I've known for years. But of course, also greetings to everyone in Ghana, Accra, the wider Greater Accra, of course, the regions that 100K for Ghana are instrumental in, which is the Volta region, the Eastern region. You know, we want to give a big shout out to everyone there that understands some of the work we're doing in those regions. So, Adrian, again, thank you for this opportunity.
My pleasure. That's what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for, guys. This is what we are here for. Samuel.
Oh, thanks for having us again.
No problem.
From Toronto. There's a bunch of Ghanaians here in Toronto now as well. I don't know if it's because of Brexit or what, but there's a whole wave of people that have come here from the UK now. So there's a group of us here as well. So greetings from the Pass the Torch Collective, and greetings to Joseph Kalapo, the good friend that's getting married in Nigeria.
Nice.
Yeah,
Looks
good.
like you won.
So Adrian, it's probably, how many months has it been since Ghana we had our session?
So we did our session in January, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah? I believe it was January. that we did the session.
3 months now.
Early January. So now 3 months now, we're in early April, and time has just flown by. Probably end of Q1, pretty much. So it's just flown by, man. It's got time as wings, as I always say.
Yes, it feels like a lifetime ago, and I think on that session we had, it was primarily for me and Samuel to give your audience an overview as to what 100K for Ghana is, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And people that haven't watched it, if you watch it now, go and bookmark that and watch it after this live.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, my view for 100K for Ghana is, James said greetings, James.
Greetings,
James. Thanks for watching, James. Thanks for tuning in.
My view is that 100K for Ghana is effectively a challenge, right, for all the Ghanaians, whether you're on the continent or whether you are abroad. Right? Can 100,000 of us minimum come together and put our money and our expertise where our development should be, right? And the ask is if we can all contribute one time every year into this development vehicle that we are creating, our 100K for Ghana, right? It's really a challenge. Samuel and I's job, as well as the wider team, is to go out and tell every single person that has ears to listen, both Ghanaian and non-Ghanaian, about what it is that we're doing in Ghana with the 100 Ghana vehicle. But we came on your show to tell everyone it's actually a challenge. If you're listening, it's a challenge for you to want to contribute either your finances, your expertise, and a few hours of your day to support the initiatives, right? And if you go and listen, you will understand fully some of the initiatives that we are working on, and I suppose we're going to talk a little bit more about that on here.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the initiative you guys have is fantastic, honestly. You know, I don't think there's many guys out there like you guys, you know, with such audacity, with such determination to see that our brothers and sisters in Ghana, you know, are, you know, have the same amenities and have the same access to, you know, the stuff we take for granted in the West. You understand? So really applaud you guys for what you guys are doing, and hence, you know, I think, you know, I couldn't wait to get you guys on the show. We do have a question to come through, but before we get to that, Samuel, I don't know if you wanted to add to what Enoch just said.
Yeah, I think following on from what Enoch said, yeah, we hope that, I think the first podcast that we did, you know, gives us a, you know, an introduction to, you know, who 100K for Ghana is, and yeah, hoping that this will be a follow up where we can iron out some queries or any questions that people may have, and also we can give an update to like how things have progressed on since last year, since December, and some of our plans going forward.
Absolutely. So we're definitely going to get into that a bit later on the show. Yeah, we have questions. A couple questions have come in. I think let's get that so we can get everyone engaged and get people encouraged to ask questions. If you guys are watching on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, once again, hit that like button, leave us a comment, ask a question for the 100K for Ghana team. They are here for you for the best part of an hour. So please use them while they are here. Thanks for your comments as well. Beauty Stick says hi. Hi to you, Beauty. If you have a question for the 100K for Ghana team, please do drop it in.
Hey, Beauty.
Hey, Beauty. Please do drop it in, and they'll be, you know, more than happy to take it. We also have a question from Emmanuel. Emmanuel, thanks for the comments you've been dropping. Emmanuel says, interested in knowing what 100K for Ghana is or does, and what collaboration opportunities are available. Good question.
Brilliant. So I'll take that one to begin with. So 100K for Ghana, we are an organization registered in the UK, registered in Ghana, with the sole purpose of building social enterprises across Ghana with the view to be able to pay livable wages to any employee within the social enterprises that we create. Now, the underlying motive there also, outside of creating social enterprises, is we also want to be able to sustain some of the more traditional trades within Ghana. So, as an example, you know, the kente weaving industry we look at has become somewhat disjointed. The networks of artisanal weavers across some of the nation's traditional weaving towns are getting, you know, that much more dispersed. But we look at it at 100K for Ghana is that this is part of one of our richest cultures across the nation. Yeah. And actually, when you look at any other country who have rich history and culture in their fabric making industries, whether it's the tartan for the Scottish, whether it's leather making for the Italians, and so on and so forth, they figure out a way to sustain that. Yeah. Whether that's by the private sector or whether that's by, you know, government means. So for us, we look at kente weaving as an artisanal history and also a present right? Because everyone wears kente, whether it's the the Democrats in America, or university students. It's a wide spectrum, and we believe that if we're able to get into that area and pay people livable wages whilst ensuring that we put a better networking system in place, then in some way or fashion, we're sustaining that history of Ghana. So that's just one prime example of the social enterprises we're looking to set up, that we're putting in place.
Big.
And I'm sure the listeners know of many more.
Yeah.
And
No,
Samuel?
just to add on to it as well, I think the question comes about quite often, what does 100K for Ghana do? And essentially, the idea is essentially, like Enoch mentioned, it's not to do with money. No, it's not 100,000.
It's not Rachel. Sorry about that.
So the idea is really just to gather 100,000 people. It's a challenge where we definitely want to aim for more, but initially we want to challenge 100,000 people to come together to contribute a certain amount every year. Just a certain amount every year, where we aim to create social enterprises which will pay livable wages. And these social enterprises will be run by a group of young professionals such as myself, Enoch, and a few other Ghanaians in their diaspora and in Ghana themselves as well. So spread across the globe. So the idea is using our skills and our knowledge and our experience of what we've done in our professional lives, translating that into Ghana and bringing that to Ghana and being productive in Ghana. So we've all been very successful at various deliverables in our jobs. Right now, the idea is to put it together and create social enterprises. And the first one was the Kente Weaving Factory that Enoch mentioned. So the Kente Weaving Factory, there's a lot of plans to do a lot with it in terms of creating their products, in terms of showing our tradition through the products, the Kente and the scarves, various scarves and the various products that we can put out. But we also want it to be like a tourism hub where people can come and see how Kente is made and etc. So those are a lot of the plans for some of the projects that we've started. And that's essentially what 100K for Ghana does.
Wow.
Yeah, and just to add on to that a little bit, for the second part of the initial question, are there collaboration opportunities? One piece of our core value is all about collaboration, right? Samuel succinctly put it. 100K for Ghana is going to be run by young professionals like us, right? And how are we going to be successful? We're going to be successful purely based on collaboration. We all here know stories of individual or small groups of Ghanaians having great ideas and going to Ghana to try and implement it, and a year or two later we hear, oh, it didn't go well. My humble opinion is that whenever that has happened is because the idea being taken over there has been an idea that is formulated outside of Ghana, and we're trying to fit it into Ghana, and most times that doesn't work. Or number two, or B, the group of people trying to implement this idea, quite frankly, are not enough. So the 100K is about minimum 100,000 Ghanaians. Why do we think that 100,000 Ghanaians is important? Because Adrian, you've been part of 100K for Ghana. If there's something that we need from you, and you know someone, through that network, hopefully we'll be able to get it done. If it's Samuel and I only trying to create this, and we get stuck somewhere, and you're not part of our organization, why should you help? Right? So then that way, everyone has a skin in the game, right? Because we unfortunately see that the challenges we are going to face can be quite vast. And Samuel and I and our wider 100K for Ghana team may not be able to solve it all. My humble opinion is that there's about 20 million young people, young Ghanaians on the continent. The last time I checked, there's about 4 million young Ghanaians outside of the continent, right? So the challenge for 100,000 is actually quite small. And so the collaboration opportunities come in where if you believe you have a skill set, if you believe you have a particular group of network that will help us with smoother operations on the continent, then that's the kind of collaboration we need in order for this plan to be sustainable for the next 50 years to come. Because what we're trying to do here is not going to happen overnight, but when it does happen, we want it to be something that's sustainable for a very long time to come. All right?
Yes,
that's the goal.
Yeah, and as we're always looking forward to hearing opportunities and various, like Enoch mentioned, collaboration opportunities. So if various people have projects that they would love to, to do in Ghana, and would love to get into conversations about those type of projects that people are passionate about, and then essentially look at ways of maybe working together to achieve, goals within that project. So we just wanted to point that out as well.
Yeah,
absolutely. Go on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, but fundamentally, those projects have to hit the primary criteria of 100K for Ghana. Is it going to pay livable wages to the people that need it, so they can also afford similar amenities that you and I take for granted? Right. And is it something that's going to be sustainable for the foreseeable future? We're not interested in single gain opportunities. No. Plenty of people are already doing that over there. People are running successful businesses where they're making millions of pounds, millions of Ghana cedis on their own. Kudos to them. Well done to them. We're all about helping the wider communities and also expanding things outside of Accra, because Ghana is bigger than Accra.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. That does remind me about the comment you mentioned on the show, saying that if we just focus on Accra, we might as well just call Accra Ghana and just go home.
Give the other regions to the neighboring countries.
Yeah, that's but it's true, because there's so much emphasis on Accra. I mean, the irony is that this podcast calls The Sound of Accra, but I mean that's not what was going on my mind when I started. It just sounded nice.
Accra is not a real place. Accra is not a real place. Accra's different.
It's like how when I went to America, like some of the Americans think London's a country. It's an absolute joke, but yeah, I think we need to be more representative of the whole country, not just the city itself. You look at the Beyond the Return or the Year of Return events that's taken place. There's so much emphasis on Accra, not so much outside Accra, apart from the very common tourist attractions and things like that. But you're neglecting our other brothers and sisters who don't have access to the basic things. Look at what Acorn's doing with Light in Africa. There's so many people that are trying to do something sustainable, but what are we doing for Ghana? That's the question. And this is why, I resonate a lot with the 100K for Ghana team, because, they are trying to make an impact, not just a one-time impact, but they're trying to make an impact for generations to come. Think of generational wealth, but in the sense that this is maybe generational wealth, but for the community, so that our country can be sustainable for years to come, not just our nuclear families, our extended families, but our whole entire nation can be sustainable for years to come. You want to go on.
Yeah, no, sorry to jump in there.
That's okay. That's okay.
What happens with the focus on Accra, right, is that things like what's just come out from dispatches happens, where dispatches have gone out to Ghana, Channel 4 dispatches, that is the TV program, where they've looked into the child slavery that's happening to produce the chocolate that goes into Cadbury's chocolates, right? And of course that doesn't happen in Ghana. It happens. That doesn't happen in Accra. It happens outside of Accra, right? So what happens is that the average consumer of Cadbury's does not know some 7-year-old is weeding a football-sized farm, right? Yeah. To for the cocoa farm to produce the cocoa that they're buying for 70p or whatever chocolate costs nowadays, right? So when you put the emphasis on Accra, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure this is a good enough guess that there aren't any cocoa farms in Accra. So most likely you won't get a 7-year-old weeding a football-sized cocoa farm for chocolate. But when you go, 10 miles outside of Accra, stuff like that happens. So what 100K for Ghana would want to do in a region like that is figure out a mechanism to ensure a 7-year-old isn't weeding a cocoa farm just so I can get my chocolate for 70p.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
We want to be able to put something in place where it's sustainable so that that child's parents are working a livable wage job so they can put that child in education or something. You know what I mean? You see that ripple effect, right?
Cycle. It's breaking a generational curse, and it's bringing in a generational cycle of wealth that can come on for years and years to come. I love it. Absolutely love it.
It's crazy how important Accra is as well, though, as a hub. Accra, I feel like Accra is different. The city is different, and it brings in all of these people coming into one place, different Africans, different people from across the world. And then, the idea is to show the rest of Ghana, right? Because Accra is not just Ghana.
There you go. Again, the irony in my podcast thing.
People need to go to the various places because, Accra is lovely for what it is. And I think a lot of the digital world has created the buzz about Accra. Like, people come in December and it's like amazing. But I think like Enoch said, we were taking trips to the Volta region just to, explore that area and to show Ghana that, there's more to Accra. And people can come out there and see more of Ghana as well. But
absolutely. Well, with some very strong comments there, Enoch and Samuel. We are going to take a quick few seconds intermission. This is about 30 seconds. When we come back, we will answer these questions. We've seen some new questions come through the chat. So we will take your questions. If you're watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, please hit that like button, leave us a comment, let us know where you're listening from, show us some love, ask a question, more importantly, for the 100K for Ghana team. We'll be back in 30 seconds and we will more questions as we are now going to the more Q&A session of the 100K for Ghana. Q&A, and of course we're going to find out what they've been up to since we did that episode in January, which has been making some waves. So we'll be right back. Okay, that was a very quick intermission. I hope you guys managed to get a drink, get some popcorn, maybe not even make it to the bathroom, but it's okay because we've got best part of half an hour to wrap this up. But once again, guys, get your questions in, get your comments, let us know what you want to ask the 100K for Ghana team. We have about a few questions that's coming, so we're going to go straight into them. David, is that how I pronounce your name? David or Zavid? Zevid, please forgive me if I mispronounced your name. Thank you for being a subscriber of the Sound of Accra podcast. I hope you're enjoying the show. Zevid says, great initiative. What's your plan to sustain the 100K network for consistency so people don't just come in and go? And what's next after hitting the 100K? Very, very good question.
I'll let you take that first.
Okay, cool. So,
President.
right. So the plan to sustain a 100K network for consistency is actually by listening to each other. Yeah. As an organization, we try to maintain a constant feedback loop, right? And once those, and these have to, of course, be constructive feedback based on facts, right? So when we were just a team of 4 to begin with, we were obviously a lot more closely knitted, and then we spoke to each other every opportunity we had. Now that we're branching out to what is now a 16-man team, and even could easily expand by to about 25 by next month, the idea is trying to maintain that closely knitted culture and maintain a constant feedback loop. And then with that feedback loop, create norms out of what has been, agreed on being the right passage of way. Yeah. So some of the basic things, for example, is how we communicate with each other, right? I know I'm not the best on WhatsApp as an example, right? So even if we create 100 WhatsApp groups, maybe you won't be able to get me. Maybe you'll be able to get me on Facebook or Instagram is how you can, or emails. We know some of the members of the teams are better on email. So it's just, with everything, I know that the cliche statement around, the key to a good relationship is communication. It's true, right? It's true, but you need to figure out the best way to communicate with the right people and with the people you're involved with, right? So to maintain that consistency of that network, A, make sure we listen to each other and keep that constant feedback loop, and B, because we listen to each other, because we maintain those feedback loops, because we ensure that these things become the norms and the culture of the organization, when the people within the organization are suggesting newer members of the team, because remember how we spoke about collaboration, they would know the right profile of people to bring within the organization, so that there's no this issue around fitting people into what the culture of 100K for Ghana is. So we're hoping based on that, we'll be able to sustain and grow the organization. Of course, we want 100K individuals contributing to this initiative, but we do appreciate that not every single 100,000 will be part of the core team. So we also understand that we will need a core team of lawyers, accountants, people with medical background, accountants, all of that. I think I said accountants already. But the idea is that everyone with a good skill set in IT and so on can become a part of the core team. And as part of the core team, we figure out a way to continue growing that team there. And was there a second part to that question? What's next after hitting 100K? That's a fantastic question.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what we're not going to do. We're not going to then change the name to 200K for Ghana.
I wish you said this on the interview. I would have got the team to clip that as well. That's hilarious.
We're not going to do that. But I tell you,
all the trademarks. Nah,
exactly. What's going to be amazing is that we set ourselves a challenge to have 100,000 Ghanaians contributing their time, efforts, and money to us. And what will be absolutely amazing is to say we've managed to hit that. It's to say 100,000 Ghanaians have heard us and they're like, you know what, Enoch, here is £165 or the equivalent, right? Which is the number that we spoke about on the podcast. And that's the number we maintain, right? £165 times 100,000 are 16.5 million pounds. We go and develop our nation with that money one time every single year. Imagine that success, and imagine what we can build with that. Imagine the people we can help with that. And then we're doing that year in, year out. Imagine the success in 5 to 10 years' time. You see what I mean? It's unprecedented.
It's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect.
Exactly.
Systems in place, procedures in place. All systems go. Firing all cylinders.
And just to add on to what Enoch mentioned as well, is in terms of sustaining the network, right now a lot of the work we're doing is all free. There's no one getting paid for this. So a lot of it is based on what you actually believe and the passion for 100K for Ghana and what we're trying to do. And throughout the process of getting people to work within 100K for Ghana, one of the things to sustain that connection is the filtering process and some sort of governance. We have to make sure that people are actually committed and more dedicate their time and effort, because essentially you're not getting paid for this, but we expect to get things done. So right now, like Enoch mentioned, we're a small team, and we continue to have that governance in place where anybody coming on board understands, what's at hand and what we're trying to achieve. That's one of the main ways to maintain that connection. Also, people that we work with in terms of collaboration, we want to make sure that they also understand what we're trying to achieve and make sure that there's always that end goal, creating that impact on the ground. So a lot of the time that filters through a lot of the projects that we do and a lot of people that makes 100K for Ghana. And if we do exceed 100,000 people, the aim is, we want to do, is simply a movement. We want to show that what we can do. Essentially, we've got into fabric woven and agriculture, which is the mushroom farm. But there's also fertilizer and there's other areas that we can go into, such as real estate, affordable housing that we can go into. And I think we can always tap into our resources within 100K for Ghana to get this done. So, it can definitely exceed 100,000 for Ghana, but we can have 100,000 for Ghana, a great 100,000 for Ghana real estate or affordable housing, etc.
Yeah.
So in terms of the naming, there's more to it, but we want to really get across the movement, I guess. That's,
Yeah.
what we're trying to do.
And let me tell you guys a story. When I reached out to Samuel, asking him to be our financial director, Samuel was already part of 2 organizations in Toronto, right, where he held an active role, holds an active role.
Yeah.
Samuel's a senior manager within his job, right, his career, which he's built this past decade, right. He's not a small somebody sitting there.
Yeah.
Right.
Humble guy too.
but when he took on the challenge, he knew that his bandwidth was already stretched. Right.
Yeah.
Yet and then he's still able to deliver. Yet again, he's still able to be part of our day-to-day meetings and so on. You understand? So the idea there is, we know people are busy. We get it. I'm busy. Adrian, you're busy. Our whole team has 9 to 5s, right? Or 9 to 9 in some cases. Right?
It's true.
And we're all, we all understand that yes, we need our 9 to 5s to pay our bills, right? But the little bit of time we can get, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., we can support this initiative. And again, that's why the collaboration is important, because it's not just one man doing all the work.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay. We're going to keep it moving. Couple more questions and comments that has come in. Once again, if you're watching on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, please hit the like, the hearts, the engagement button. Let people know this is good content so more people can see this and interact with us. And keep it locked here. We've got a best part of maybe 20 minutes to wrap this up, so please stay tuned, and we will pay you in return with some good content and some great interactions here. Okay, so you have a question. So Emmanuel mentioned another comment saying, an impressive initiative. Thanks, Adrian, for making this possible. I've been experiencing a break in my network connection, but I got to answer my questions. Any more links for further information about 100K for Ghana? So, of course, once again, if you want to find more about 100K for Ghana, you can head over to 100kforghana.com, which is the links on the bottom of the screen. You can also visit our website, thesoundofaccra.com. Hit the show notes button. You'll see more information about our episodes. And, of course, you can contact Enoch at 100kforghana.com or Samuel at 100kforghana.com. They'll be more than happy to take your questions and help you out. We do have another question here from Ken. What's up, Ken? So Ken asks, what has been an unexpected challenge for you as a team, and how did you overcome it? That's a very good question.
I see Samuel thinking about it. I'm thinking, bro, we've had at least 1,800 challenges since we started.
One for the audience.
What's been the most unexpected? The most unexpected. I have to think about that one. What comes to mind?
I know one. I can tell you one right now. So when we were building the Kinta Processing Center in Kwetwe in the Volta region, believe me, there was a lot of late nights spent trying to get the budget accurate. And just like good project managers, we made sure that there was a bit of room for miscellaneous. We had a project manager on site, a construction project manager. We also had our country director, shout out to Bennett, on site, on the ground, whilst we were doing a lot of the planning with him back and forth. By the way, this took maybe about a 3-month period before we actually had people on the ground beginning to build a foundation.
Wow.
And then the unexpected happened. Where we were building the land, you can't see on surface, but underneath it's a little bit waterlogged.
Ooh.
So whatever budget we had in place, even plus the miscellaneous to build the foundation, I believe we had to triple that.
This is a good unexpected, I guess. With that in mind, we essentially had to raise the foundation a bit higher because the land was a bit waterlogged, and that's something that you can't forecast. So that's something that's unexpected that causes a lot of ripple effects. So that's a good example, actually.
Yeah, very good example.
Yeah. So Samuel worked late nights to make sure we can scrimp in other areas within the budgets to accommodate this. I had to get back on the phones to try and raise an extra £10 here, £20 there, right? To make ends meet. Yep. So how did we overcome it? Again, it's all about getting into the war room with your core team. Right? You get in the war room, you discuss some of these things, have honest discussions.
Yeah.
Give the feedback where the feedback is needed, because of course we cannot afford such financial mishaps at all. Right? We're dealing with people's money. We're custodians of people's contributions and donations. And so we want to make sure we're maximizing, and we can't be making these sort of mistakes. It was an unexpected one, but it was one that taught us a few lessons to ensure we do the necessary due diligence. But what's actually interesting is due diligence also costs money. So it's a bit of a catch-22. How much do you spend on due diligence before you initiate a project?
Yeah.
So I think that off the back of that, something that we implement something like such as a margin of error, where we have a percentage of allowance of these type of things. But that's a good unexpected. Another one. This is another unexpected. Is from our findings, from our findings on our mushroom research, we found out we had an apprentice style day where we went out to various hotels within the Koforidua region to try and sort and find real clients, customers that will buy the mushrooms. And you'd be surprised that a lot of them actually mentioned that they import their mushrooms, and mostly from Canada as well. And we found that that was surprising or unexpected as well.
Okay. Interesting. That's an interesting one. Little curveball there.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to keep this going. We have a few more questions that's come in. I'm conscious of time. In the meantime, please hit that heart button, leave a comment, and do ask a question if you are watching the show. We are going to move on to the next question. We have a question coming from Chelsea. Good evening, morning, afternoon, Chelsea. She asks, what contributed to your success in your project for 2021?
Chesley, it was all you. Chesley.
Chesley, sorry. I said Chelsea, my bad. Chesley.
I would say it was a lot of work put behind the scene before we actually arrived in December in Ghana. We had, I could tell you, we had hours of Zoom calls, and
I remember that.
Everything that we were trying to achieve, we made sure that we broke that down into various tasks and activities, and we jump on a call to make sure. Example, if the mason is going to check out or survey the land, or someone's going to pick up water, we had various calls to make sure everything went smoothly and accordingly. And and we had a few mishaps, but I think overall, we got what we wanted to do done. We've got the outer shells of both projects built, and now we're moving on to the next phase, which is really just get equipments in there and move on to hiring some people within those enterprises. I don't know if Enoch can add more to it as well.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Very quickly, Enoch. Very quickly, as I'm conscious of time.
Yeah, no, it was all Chelsea. Thank you, Chelsea. Sorry, Chesley. Why did I say Chelsea?
I fell into the same trap.
Yeah,
I fell into the same trap. Thank you, Ken. By the way, thank you for your comments, Ken.
Thank you.
Go on. Okay. Cool. So let's keep it moving. Zevid says, much respect for you guys. Looking forward to engage soon. And he also follows up with a question: is there a place for a youth Ghanaian who doesn't have a job but can contribute with his or her skills? And how is 100K for Ghana tackling the unemployment issue in Ghana? I think you've kind of touched upon it, but feel free to dig deeper, lads. Yeah. Thank you, David or Zevid, for the question. Please forgive me if I haven't pronounced the name properly. So I'll leave it to you guys.
Good question. So I think in terms of contributing with skills, more recently we've been, aiming to get in touch with various youth and students within the universities, and we want to also partner up with a few schools as well to start working on some after-school programs or some collaborate on some projects as well. Initially, right now, in terms of join in to contribute your skills, I think you can always reach us, by email or just DM us on our various social medias. But it would be a point of conversation where we'll understand your skills and how what you can bring to 100K for Ghana in terms of some of the things we're trying to achieve this year. So always feel free to reach out. We definitely always want to reach out to the community, and so that's definitely open. Sorry, I didn't see the rest of the question, Adrian.
Sure, let me bring the question back up. Just give me a moment. There we go. Once again, is there a place for youth Ghanaian who doesn't have a job but can contribute with his or her skills? And how is 100K for Ghana tackling the unemployment issue in Ghana?
So just to answer that first part, is really we're working on something to work with schools going forward, but please feel free to reach out to us by email or DM. In terms of the unemployment issue, I mean, that's a big one. No one can ever solve that. In terms of what we wanted to do initially when Enoch approached me is essentially create social enterprises to create livable jobs, right? And we've seen a lot of these enterprises, how they should be run from our day jobs and from our previous experiences. Essentially, we just want to create these enterprises that will create jobs and essentially cause that ripple effect of, tackling that unemployment issue. There's various projects we have in mind for, various segments and various industries and various age groups in Ghana. But right now, we want to streamline what we're doing, which is, the kente weaving factory and the mushroom farm. Through that, we hope to, aim to show that, we're tackling the unemployment issue through recruitment of people within these places as well. And we have so many ideas in terms of how we want to tackle this. But essentially, we want to show what we can do first, and then, get in touch with people, the higher ups and the people that can really provide the resources to get things done.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I think you've answered it quite well, Samuel. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. So that's the answer to your question, David. And of course, they mentioned get in touch with them. So for you, Zevid or David, sorry, this is their email addresses. So if anyone wants to get in touch with Enoch or with Samuel, emails are on the screen right now. Feel free to take a screenshot, pause the video, wherever you're watching, and get in touch with them. And of course, 100kforghana.com is the the website, which is on the screen below.
There is something that we've always wanted to ask, like, what area would people love for improvement and development? We would love to throw that out there and just to hear some suggestions from people out there.
Yeah.
What area? What? Say that again. Say that one more time.
What area would people love to see improvement and development in Ghana? What area? It could be sector, industry.
Good question.
The fashion or football. It could be education. We're always intrigued to hear, what areas people think need more of a focus.
That's a good question. So basically, depending on the area or the industry, you guys would probably look to make that one of the priorities next. Of course, I know the priority right now is Volta region and maybe think one other region. But of course, after those regions are taken care of, you're probably looking at the next industry, or the next region, or the next area in Ghana where you can where the need is the most. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Agreed.
Okay, so we've had some comments come in. So James thinks sports and technology, and he also says by sports I mean anything other than football. Okay, interesting. Yeah, because I think football, safe to say, after Ghana qualified. Go on.
I think James is not going to be watching the Qatar.
Yeah. Okay. And then we have Ken. Ken has dropped in a message saying success stories. Would love to see the impact your work is having through more visuals. Slight bias response. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you, Ken, for the
understandable.
response.
And that's why we're always pointing our social media handles as well. Right now, that's the best form to show transparency and to show what we're doing. We will also aim to put out as much stuff through our website as possible. But no, 100%. I think visuals are important.
Yeah, and the point, a further point to Ken is actually right now, if you Google 100K for Ghana, because of our feature in some of the publications across Ghana, we're quite high up on the SEO. So you will be able to see our city news feature, Joy FM feature. They're all there. Ghana web feature, and you'll be able to see, some of the impact that we're making already. Simply just Google us, 100K for Ghana, one word, and you'll be able to see some of that stuff. Yeah.
That's it. You can also see the website on the bottom of the chat. You can just Google 100K for Ghana, and you'll be able to see everything. Just put it on YouTube even. You see so much. There's Joy News. There's what publications, you guys? So many out there. We kind of dig deep in the episode as well. James says the creative arts industry as well. It's an interesting one.
Yeah.
And then we do have another comment from David. Says, I would say agriculture and business related to our culture. Example, soup making, palm oil making, development of remote settlements and tourists. It's quite interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, I mean, you guys are already doing agriculture. You're already doing agriculture, and you're already doing business. The Kente Weaving Factory, the mushroom grow house, right?
I love the area of development of remote settlement and tourists. We were driving through various parts of the Volta region, and Enoch was looking around thinking, we may not be around many years later to see developments in these regions. So, and I think it's down to us now, right? Otherwise, it's going to be the same for the many generations to come, at least to put something up. Ghana has vast lands and so much opportunity. So that's one area that, definitely that we're passionate about, because we feel like it makes an impact all around. Once you do the development of the area, the settlement benefits the community, creates jobs, etc. So
it does absolutely does create jobs. And then we have another comment from the chat. This is an interesting one. 100% true, says you guys don't sound good.
Oh, I don't know that one. I don't know that one. What was it?
There you go. They're fluent in tree, ladies and gentlemen. Just like Enoch said on that episode, if you haven't seen that episode, head over to the soundofaccra.com/100K for Ghana. I will actually put that in the chat so you guys can go and watch that if you guys want the actual link. So basically, in regards to them not sounding Ghanaian, best believe they were born and raised in Ghana. They could speak tree fluently. What's he say? Get some. I want to see some laugh emojis in the chat. This is funny. This is funny stuff, guys.
That's why.
As long as someone needs to make a tree, maybe there.
Omati.
So that's the link, guys. If you guys want to go and watch the episode we did with 100K for Ghana, you can go to the soundofaccra.com/100K for Ghana. If you're on Facebook and YouTube, you will also see this comment. I'm actually dropping it right now. But if you're on LinkedIn, just obviously take a screenshot, take a picture, whatever, and then go check it out. We do have some more comments. Let's have a look. We've got about maybe 5-6 minutes to go.
Yeah. I guess while we're waiting for that, right? The call to action here is that let's take an active role in developing our nation. Every single one of us.
Yeah.
Right. I believe that it's our duty of care to give back to the land that's given us so much, right? When I was born and raised in Ghana for the first part of my life, I took a lot of things for granted: the weather, the food, the culture, the education, right? Then, transplanted into the UK, where, I managed to build up on a lot of those things that, I grew up with in Ghana, right?
Yeah.
So I want to be able to give some of that back to the nation that gave me so much. Now,
Makes sense.
the one thing about us Ghanaians is we're very much community driven, right? Although I was born in Kumasi, I grew up in a small town in Tema, Community 7. Yeah. So anyone listening in Tema will know Community 7, right? And so my view is this: if we don't take an active role in the development for the young Enoch, for the young Samuel to also be able to have the same things, if not more, than what we grew up with, and if their future is also then to come to the UK or wherever, Toronto, to build up on those things, then fantastic. Then hopefully they also reciprocate, right? Because right now, when I look around, I look left and I look right, the prospect of the next 50 years, if Ghana continues in the same trajectory, is quite dire, right?
Yeah.
And you and I can't continue going to Ghana every year.
Yeah.
Just go to Bloom Bar and Polo Beach Club.
It's true, bro. It's true.
Right? We can't.
Yeah.
We can't do it.
Blue
We
bar.
can't do it.
Blue bar.
We can't keep doing it. We can't keep going to the Dimaninsa and go and eat our two bowls of Omutio, right?
Tusafi.
Exactly. Because in 50 years,
yeah,
will the Dimaninsa be there if we're not careful?
Hey, Madame Fo. It's facts.
You get what I mean? So what are we going to do about it? Yeah, so that's the call to action. I would love for everyone to support us to grow to 100K and continue contributing to us.
Yeah.
But my thing is, even if you're not looking at 100K for Ghana, think about how you as an individual take an active development role within the nation.
Yeah.
Right?
I just want to point out as well, for any donations, the Momo transfer is 020-514-1855. Enoch is laughing because he knows I'm always
Say the Momo again. The Momo is what?
Momo is 020-514-1855. Or you can simply go on the website 100kforghana.com. The goal is 165 pounds or in your currency equivalent per year. You can pay in various installments throughout the year, or you can simply just pay whatever you can, or just message us if you want to support us in a non-monetary way as well. If you feel like you can, make any suggestions or put us in contact with various resources or contacts that will help us achieve some of our goals,
or stakeholders, or do some volunteering, etc.
Exactly.
The Momo, one more time, guys.
The Momo is 020-514-1855.
1855. Perfect. So we're gonna have that on the screen. We're gonna have that on the screen. That's the Momo, guys. 020-514-1855. If you guys would like to make a mobile money donation, you might have some e-levy 1.5% tax, but it's all good, ladies and gentlemen. It's all for a good cause. I'm sure that's some tax well spent, as well as money well spent and reinvested into generations.
We have to keep moving, eh? We have to keep moving.
We have to keep moving, ladies and gentlemen. We have to keep moving. So we'll have the Momo across the bottom of the ticker. In the meantime, we do have a couple of questions that have come in. We do have questions that seem to come in, so we're going to take them. So let's have a look, because this is quite interesting. 100% true says, do you brothers have black girlfriends or wives? This person must be from America. I don't know. I think they're feeling. I think they're feeling. I have no idea. I have 100% no idea who 100% true is. And then she says, the person said, is it true that Ghanaians are beefing with the Caribbeans and Britain? Maybe that's a whole nother conversation. But it's a nice little.
So I don't think so. I don't think they're beefing.
You don't think so?
Caribbean and Britain, no.
Yeah.
I'm from Brixton, so I mean,
yeah. Okay, and then back to more serious notes. Emmanuel says there's hope for Ghana if we all share in your passion for growth and development.
100%. Listen, Ghanaians are the frontiers.
Applaud you, Emmanuel.
Ghanaians are the frontiers. We're always, setting the bar and going ahead. And you're looking at the first independence, Kwame Nkrumah, a lot of the things and the projects that they were working on. We're always the ones to kind of step forward and show what Africa's about. And we have to continue with that, and it's in us, and those spirits live in us. So I think this is just an example of us continuing with that story. We just have to keep pushing.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed.
Let's keep pushing. So I mean, guys, we have hit the hour mark. I guess please do get your final questions in. In the meantime, what I will say is, and of course the Momo is on the bottom of the screen if you guys are watching. Before you get your final questions in, also let's wrap up with finding out how's 100K from Ghana, what's 100K for Ghana team been up to since the Sound of Accra episode in January. What have you guys been up to since then?
Perfect. So we've kind of all got back to I guess the December period after the holidays. Everyone's going back to your respective homes, and we've been touching base over the phone, back on virtual calls, etc. One of the goals this year, fundraising. So right now we're out there about various fundraising strategies, trying to raise about £25,000 this year. That's the aim. And the goal is really just to finish off a lot of the projects that we're working on, which is the mushroom farm and the Kente Weaving site. The project is Project 10-10-10. That's the initiative. And the idea is to hire 10 people within these regions, within these enterprises. So ideally 10 people within the Volta region in the Kente Weaving site and 10 people in the mushroom site as well. So some of the work for this year would be to, move forward with, getting a lot of the equipments within the, these buildings and getting training for some of the staff members we're looking to recruit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's exactly it. So Samuel said it. The only thing I'd like to add to it is that this year is a year of further development of 100K for Ghana, right? Because our initial 6 months to 8 months was hit the ground running and a lot of planning to deliver in December. So there's a lot of further structure within our organization we need to do. Right, and we are doing that. Right, there's a lot of output we also need to put out there, because actually there's quite a lot of things we did in December that we haven't yet put out, and actually because of the success of December, there's further collaborations with other organizations who are also interested in are working with us as a vehicle. Right, so there's a lot of that structures that we need to put in place, further governance, and so on. So there's a lot of work, man. Right? And I think, Adrian, you will hear it first from us. That's why these Q&As are important, so we can keep putting things like that out there. The final thing I will say is this: when you see where the traffic is coming from, right, in terms of our audience. Of course, UK, of course, Ghana. We want to take an active part in making sure that our brothers and sisters in the US, we raise our visibility to them. Our brothers and sisters in the rest of Europe, we raise our visibility to them. And that's also part of the whole wider engagement and marketing piece that we plan to put in place this year.
Fantastic. Really love the work you guys are doing, and 25K is quite feasible. In
by all means, the aim is to go above and beyond. But
of course,
that's the budget to complete the works that we want to do this year.
Yeah,
within these sites.
Absolutely. We have 100% True back again, said donations begging online. I thought y'all were investors. No, if you got the drift, if you were following the episode, if you're following the Q&A session, you will understand that this is a impact charity initiative. This isn't a investment platform. There may be, Samuel and Enoch are private investors or whatever, but this is regards to the 100K for Ghana platform. Ghanaians,
go online,
Africans.
Go online and if you go online and take a look at the website in terms of what we're trying to do.
There we go on the screen.
Definitely not begging. This is more of a social impact fund where we're trying to develop and create things in back home. It starting off in Ghana. Charity starts off at home, right? We're starting off from home, and we're looking to spread that movement and touch a few people. And the aim is to go, as far as possible. We could go within the whole of Africa. It doesn't have to stop within Ghana, but charity starts at home. And this is what, I guess, this is what the project is about.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So it's great to hear. It's great to hear what the plans are for this year, and of course, what 100K is all about. We've had another interesting question. Cynthia asks, "Hi, Cynthia. By the way, thank you for joining us. Hope you're enjoying the session. Which part? I think she meant part, not part. Which part of the Volta region are you guys working in? Thank you for your question, Cynthia."
Yeah, so Cynthia, to answer that, we're interested. I'm personally invested in all of Volta region. I think that it's a beautiful part of the world. All of Ghana is beautiful, but I've had a passion for Volta region for a small while now. So just so you're aware, in December on Boxing Day, on the 26th, we were able to deliver a medical health screening in Adedome, at the Adedome Government Hospital, where we were able to help provide medical assistance, provide medication for nearly 300 people who came out to the Adedome Government Hospital. And we plan to keep that going as an annual engagement. Our Kente processing center is built in Petue. And I'm sure if you're from that part of the world, you know exactly where Petue is. You understand the history it has in Kente weaving, and you understand some of the truly talented artisanal weavers from that particular region who go back generations upon generations. So those are the places that we're currently active in.
Thank you, Enoch. Thank you.
In the Volta region.
Thank you. Yeah, so I mean, if you guys want to know more about, what regions 100K for Ghana is working in, and what projects they're doing at the moment, and of course in the future, of course, once again, please visit 100kforghana.com. The website is on the bottom of the screen. If you guys want to get in touch with Enoch and Samuel, those are the email addresses on the screen. Enoch, the president, Enoch at 100kforghana.com. Samuel, the financial director, or you could say the CFO, whatever, Samuel at 100kforghana.com. These guys are the real Avengers. They aren't messing about. They have teams in place, strikers, defenders, midfielders, you name it. They're not here to mess about, ladies and gentlemen. This is more than a movement. Just like Enoch said on the episode. If you haven't seen the episode, please visit thesoundofaccra.com/100K for Ghana, and you can revisit the episode that we did on season 3 with Enoch and Samuel. And if you guys have been watching the show, we are one episode away from the season finale. Next week, we'll drop the teaser video. You do not want to watch this. This is one of our biggest guests yet, so please stay tuned. Other than that, I think that's it for now. I think we have gone a bit over time. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn family. Thank you for tuning in on our first live Q&A session of 2022. We do have a number of nice wonderful guests lined up for you for more live Q&A sessions. So please stay tuned. If you're watching the show, the Sound of Accra podcast, thank you. Keep listening, keep watching, keep supporting us, and we'll continue to bring great content to you. And also, 100K for Ghana. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate you, Enoch and Samuel. We're looking forward to what you guys are going to do in the future. And of course, we'll bring you back again and we'll do another follow-up, catch up and see how you guys are getting on. And yeah, thank you very much for joining us today, guys. And we will close out the session with the video. But thank you very much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Adrian.
Thank
you.
you
All for listening and watching. Cheers.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Hi, we are 100K for Ghana. We are an impact funding initiative organization with the primary purpose to implement livable wage jobs for average Ghanaians. This will make our people self-sufficient and give them better access to education, healthcare, and improvement in standards of living. Social enterprises across agribusiness, textiles, and food processing are some of the areas we aim to focus on. Scaling up these projects will help support the growth and sustainability of our industrial sector. Building a nation that harnesses the wealth in Ghana will require a collective effort to ensure all sectors are well resourced with a Ghanaian workforce, so that we can provide livable wages for the 99% of our people.
So imagine seeing the wealth of our country translated into our industrial sector, like expansion of multiple social enterprises and factories that present numerous job opportunities. Job opportunities that pay livable wages to our talented workforce in order for them to be able to provide for their families and communities. Each region with multiple sustainable organizations that are thriving and supporting our people.
We want 100,000 Ghanaians worldwide to donate to 100K for Ghana. This will help support growing our industrial sector.